Okay, here are my initial thoughts on the book. I am 140 pages in. It's honestly, this is a big boy. Like, this is a big book, but I'm really thoroughly enjoying it. I have been filming a lot of videos recently, and I keep talking about this book, even though I haven't filmed this video yet, which is the main one where I should be talking about my feelings about the book. But I feel like I've already said it all, but I'm gonna say it again for you guys. The premise of this book is we're in a small town. We have our female main character, Story, and our male main character, Cole. It's dual perspective, and they're enemies. They've been friends, I guess, or they've known each other since childhood because Story grew up in this town. Cole never left it. Something happened way back when that made Cole really dislike Story, but he hasn't told her exactly why, so she doesn't know why and just feels like he hates her, and so she hates him as well. But Story comes back to this town, and there's a Christmas competition happening where you have to show that you are the most festive. So there's 5 people in the competition. It's Story, Cole, and like 3 other people that we don't really know them as characters, and they're competing in things like an eggnog challenge. I think there's one where you have to like raise money for a certain cause, but you have to do it by putting on like a Christmas play or something. I don't know, it's like fun things, but I'm really enjoying the competition aspect of it and like seeing what things they have to do. Like, what are they going to add to the eggnog to make it a little bit better? I don't know. It's so random, but I'm really enjoying it, and it's making me feel like in the Christmas mood. It's a book that I keep, anytime I put it down, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to pick it back up and see what's gonna happen next. So far in this book, we're 140 pages in. I'm not seeing the romance at all. I feel like that's probably gonna come more halfway, but right now these 2 people like genuinely actually hate each other, and like I don't see a way out of this for us. But I feel like that's just gonna make it all the more better when they do start to realize that they like each other. Keep you posted on that. That's all I have so far. I'm gonna read some more, hopefully get to like the halfway mark. And it's going pretty fast. It's a good mix of dialogue and like regular sentences or whatever, but there's a good amount of dialogue in here where you can finish it pretty fast. Let's get back to reading. At the beginning of each chapter, it's like the narrator transitioning from one person's perspective to the next, and it's really funny. But a lot of the times with the Cole chapters, the narrator will say something about Cole being grumpy or whatever, and then Cole actually responds to the narrator that's telling us this story, if that makes sense. I don't know, but I think it's so fun and cute, and it makes me feel like I'm really watching like a Hallmark movie. But I just got to the cutest moment. I'm on page 236. If you're reading this book, just go to 236. It's so sweet. I had to pick up the camera because I was like, this is too good. Hey everybody, so I literally just filmed, I like 2 seconds ago turned the camera off, then back on to film this, but I just was filming another video and I realized I have a package I need to open for this video of a book that just got here from Amazon, and I'm about to break my nail. We have our next Christmas book that we're gonna read. I also finished How My Neighbor Stole Christmas a few days ago, so we'll talk about that too. But the next book we're gonna do is The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter. Pretty, I love this cover so much. I think it's so cute. Also, pretty short book. It's about like 280 pages, which is not so bad. I've been seeing it everywhere on social media this year. I think it's like a Knives Out kind of vibe of a book. While also having a love story, and our 2 main characters are authors, so it's like everything that I personally would want in a book. Excited to get to this one, but let's talk about How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. Like I said, I finished this one a few days ago, and I needed to sit on my thoughts about it before I let you guys know my rating and everything. But I think overall, I'm gonna give this one a 4 star. It was low-key looking like a 4.5 or maybe 5-star for me about until like the last 20% of the book. Like I was saying as I was updating you guys, I was loving the competition aspect of it, and it was just so fun. Like I felt like I was really, anytime I would read it, I felt like I was inside of a Christmas small town. That was all the vibes that I was looking for, especially during this time. But then we got to the 20% mark, and this is an enemies to lovers book. I typically, and this is why, don't like an enemies to lovers as much as a friends to lovers, because in enemies to lovers, I feel like sometimes it's unbelievable that they actually like each other once they start liking each other. I don't feel that with this. I was actually thinking this was going to be the first enemies to lovers that I really enjoyed, because even though they hated each other, you could still see the glimpses of like the hate really stemming from actually loving each other. But then there was no spice in the book at all, and then all of a sudden every single chapter something spicy was happening, and it was like, okay, after the first time we're good, let's give ourselves a little bit of a break and start establishing the story again and establishing how much they like each other now that that has happened. But no, it was like time after time, like we would have some like really good dialogue, and then all of a sudden they were having sex. Like, oh my gosh, you guys. And here's just a little bit about my taste in books. I don't mind when a book has spice in it, but I will personally be skipping over those parts because I don't enjoy reading about that. A lot of the times in books, I have to skip over those parts. And in some books, when I skip those parts, I'm like, I truly don't see how these people like each other, because it feels like the author just puts in those spice scenes to be like, yeah, see, they had chemistry all along, but it's like, no, but they don't have an emotional connection. This book was not that bad because I feel like they still had an emotional connection, and even with me skipping those scenes, I saw how much they really liked each other and I believed it. I just wish there wasn't so much back to back, or it's like, let it happen earlier in the book, that way you can space it out more. But other than that, truly enjoyed it. So this book is sitting at a solid 4-star for me. But yeah, I'm excited to get to my next holiday book. I'm really loving all the holiday spirits right now, especially doing Vlogmas, because it's been fun posting every single day for you guys. It's currently day 5 of Vlogmas, so I'm like in it, you know, and I'm having a good time. So I'm gonna start that book a little bit later, and I will come back and let you know any thoughts that I have.
Let's go outside, the snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me, with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire, 'cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend.
How y'all doing? Okay, you guys, so a little earlier I finished The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, and we are going to talk about it. Oh, those are Dream's footsteps. Come on, Dream. Okay, he'll join us soon. Okay, let's talk about this book, and then we have to discuss the rest of this video. Okay, so this book, it was really fun. I really liked the start of it. Getting into it was very easy. It was interesting, the whole plot of like the Knives Out kind of vibe, and trying to figure out where this missing person goes and why all these people end up at this holiday party together. That all was fun. I felt like I was watching a movie. Now, what I will say about this one, the romance in here, I think we could have left the romance out and the book would have been better, in my opinion. I feel like this is a very unpopular opinion because a lot of people seem to love this book so much. I thought it was okay, but I wouldn't say it was like everything to me. I believe these two characters like each other and can maybe sometime down the line fall in love, but I don't believe in this book that they fell in love. It was way too shallow of a time spent together. I mean, I'm saying that, but they literally were like trying to solve a murder mystery together, so I guess that makes it them like trauma bonded or whatever. But I don't know, it's just the way that all of a sudden it was like, oh my gosh, no, I've loved you since the second I saw you. So I don't know, it just wasn't believable. I'm trying not to say too much because I don't want to give away like the whole plot of it. So the romance part of it wasn't believable to me, and I kept having to like roll my eyes at it and move on, but I really liked the Knives Out part of it. I wish it was like more of just like a Christmas mystery book. But if you suspend reality enough, you can make yourself believe that these two people are in love, and then it might be cute. If you like allow yourself to dive into it, some of the things he was saying to her was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I just didn't believe it. I'd probably give this book like a 3-star. If it was any longer, it would be probably like a 2.5, but I'll give it a 3-star, a solid 3-star. Okay, now talking about the rest of this video. So usually in any of my reading vlogs, I like to read 3 books because I feel like that feels like a complete video to me. It feels like what's necessary. I don't know why. Unfortunately though, I think we're gonna stop at 2, but I am gonna talk to you about a 3rd Christmas book that I read outside of this video. I just feel like I've been reading a lot of Christmas books back to back and I'm kind of getting fatigued by them. I'm ready to like get back into a fantasy book or like something else that's outside of the holiday time. I'm over the Christmas vibes. They're all starting to mush together. But I did have a successful 3 books, I would say, that I read this year for Christmas, and I feel like that's all you really need to read. I wish I would have read this book, All I Want Is You, for this video, because then that would have completed my 3, but it's okay. This was part of another vlog I did where my followers chose my reads, so that was super fun. So go watch that for more detailed explanations about how I felt about this. All I Want Is You, I think, was my favorite Christmas book that I read this season out of the 3. I did not expect that. Like, the cover seems a little cheesy to me. It's a pretty short book, and I was like, it's not gonna be too crazy. This one is about, let me read the back again. Oh yeah, this is Second Chance and Enemies to Lovers, and they're snowed into a hotel because they're at like this book conference because they're 2 writers. Our male main character Nick writes romance books without happy endings, and his ex Jessica also writes romance books but with happy endings because that's what a romance book is supposed to be. But when they're stuck together at this hotel during the conference, one of the agents basically tells them that they should write a book together, and so while they're writing the book they have to decide whether or not they're going to do a happy ending or not, and then it kind of mirrors what they're going through within their own relationship and still having feelings for each other. And I thought it was so cutesy. It wasn't cheesy at all because, I don't know, I feel like the only Christmas or holiday part of it was the fact that they were snowed in. But I feel like the book didn't oversaturate us with like, oh my gosh, they're going to the Jingle Ball and they're doing this and sleigh riding and all that stuff. It just felt like a romance book that happened to be during Christmas time. I gave you all of my thoughts about How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. I really liked this one too. This was a fun one if you want that holiday jolly Santa Claus, sleigh bells, reindeer vibes. And then, like I just said about The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, if you're looking for more of like a mystery kind of thing, don't really care about the romance too much, I'd say go to this one. I mean, still, if you want the romance, like, it's here for you. More of like a Knives Out Christmas, which was a cool twist. Sorry about that, I had to change my memory card. But those are the 3 books that I read this holiday season. Honestly, it was pretty fun. This is my first time reading any kind of Christmassy book. I don't think I read any last year. So it was fun. It was a nice way to get into the season. So that's that on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas. I'm not sure what day this is going to be posted. I think this is going to be posted on Vlogmas Day 10. So we're almost done. Oh my gosh. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 11 of Vlogmas. Bye guys. Mwah.
You got me going into overdrive.